Okay, so all area means is like if I wanted to put grass in my backyard, I would need to know the area of my backyard, like how much space is in my backyard. If I wanted to put carpet in a room, I would need to know the area or how much space. So area of a triangle just means like how much space is inside it, okay? And there's a way to figure that out. And so this is the formula for finding area of triangles. Okay, so write this down. So area is always a capital A, so you never have to write out the word area because area is a capital A in math. So area equals half base times height. And remember, we don't need to have a time sign or anything because it's two variables. So anytime you want to find the area of a triangle or how much space is inside it, it's just you take half and you multiply it times the base and the height. Okay, so write that down. Area formula for, and every shape has a different formula, but right now we're just going to worry about triangle. So area formula is half base times height. Okay, so write that down, and then we're going to put one example in your composition book. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to figure out how the easiest way to get an answer to the area of a triangle, okay? Because there's ways to make it hard on yourself and ways that you can make it easy. Okay, don't write this down. I'm just telling you this first, don't write this down. All right, so if we have three numbers, let's say we need to multiply 3 times 6 times 5. And again, don't write this down. So if we're multiplying 3 times 6 times 5, we don't have to multiply 3 times 6 and then multiply it by 5. We can multiply those in any order that we want. So anytime you've got numbers that you need to multiply together, look at it and think, what would be the easiest way to do that? Okay, so 3 times 6 is 18. Multiplying that by 5 is not going to be the fastest way to do that problem. Look what you could do. You can say 6 times 5, which is how much?
30.
Multiply that by 3.
93.
Look how fast we got that answer. How fast we got 90 by doing it in a different order. We said 6 times 5, 30, times 3, 90 is much faster than saying 18 times 5, which is also 90, but doing it in a different order made it easier. And so I'm going to show you how this is going to help you with finding the area of triangles. So let's put this example in your composition book. So we'll draw a triangle. We'll draw the kind that the height's inside it. So the height's going to be right inside here. Okay, so this is 9, and this is 6. Okay, so again, we know that area equals half times the base, which is 9, which I just put base there, times the base, which is 9, and then times the height, it's not letting me write, there we go, which is 6. Okay, so let's look at the fastest way to do this. Okay, so again, we can multiply these in any order that we want. So would it be fastest to do 9 times 6, that's 54, and then take half of it? No. Would it be fastest to do half of 9, which is 4 1/2, and multiply that by 6? No. Would it be fastest to do half of 6, which is 3, and multiply that by 9?
Yes.
That's the fastest way to do it. So what would be our answer? And you can do that in your head.
27.
Hannah? 27. Okay, so always look at it before you start. Yeah, you're going to get the same answer if I had said 54 and then I put 2 into 54, but that's going to take you longer than if you look at it and go, oh, I could just do half the 6, that's 3, multiply that by 9, and I already have my answer. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, a couple on your whiteboard, where we're going to look at it and see what would be the fastest way to get the answer. Because to me, the faster and easier you can make math, why not do it that way, okay? So let's look at this next problem, and you don't need to draw the triangle. Okay, so I'm going to do a leaning backwards one. It's kind of not a triangle, but, you know. Okay. Oh, I just said we're doing a couple of these on your whiteboard. Okay, so actually let me redraw that because that looks kind of crazy. All right, so we have a leaning backwards triangle. Okay, so I'm going to label this. Okay, so first of all, there's information on here that I don't need to find the area. Okay, there's information up here that I don't need because I need the base and height to find the area because I've got to do half base times height. So first of all, what information here do I not even need to get my answer, Annika? I don't even need the 10. All I need is the base and height. So this one is going to be easy to either do, you could do half of 8, which is 4, and multiply that by 6, or you could do half of 6, which is 3, and multiply that by 8. Either one's going to be easy. But what's going to be my area for this triangle? Graham? 24. Okay, and again, any of the 3 ways would have gotten you the correct answer. 48, half it, do half of that, which is 4, multiplied by 6, do half of that, which is 3, and multiply by 8. No matter what you do, you're going to get 24. Okay, let's look at this one. First of all, remember that anytime you multiply something by 10, all you really do is add a 0 to it. So let's look at this one. Okay, so we're going to have 26 here and 10 here. Okay, so again, anytime you multiply something by 10, you really just add a 0 to it. So think about what would be an easy way to do this. If we half this number, what do we get? Lucas?
13.
And then all we need to do is add a 0 to multiply by 10.
Okay. So,
130, yeah, 130. So look how fast we got that answer by looking at it and saying, okay, if I multiply by 10, all I do is add a 0, so I could just half that, which is 13, multiply it by 10, 130. Okay, so very, very quickly can we get the answer. All right, let's look at this one. Okay, let's do one that's got the height inside it. Okay, so we have a base of 17 and a height of 16. Okay, now this is a really good example of if you were to multiply 17 times 16 and then half that, that's going to take you a little bit, right? So what could we do to make this really quick and easy? Monica.
8 times 7.
Got it. Half the 16, which is 8. All you have to do is multiply 17 times 8 and you have your answer. And so what would we get if we know that we've got to do 17 times 8 to get our answer? Jameson. 156. Okay, and if you multiplied 17 times 16 and halved it, you would have gotten 156, but it would have taken you a lot longer. Okay, so does everybody see kind of how to look at it and think, okay, what's going to be the fastest way to get the answer? Okay, because you don't want to multiply this big answer and then have to half it, because that's going to take forever. Okay, so basically you just look at it and you say, what's going to be the fastest way? Because again, with multiplication, the order doesn't matter. You can multiply in any order that you want to. Okay, if you will,